In this video, I'll be working through the question you see on the screen here from the summer 2025 Cambridge A-Level Maths paper 1-2. I'm going to try and show you how to do this question and not just the solution. So definitely pause and rewatch certain parts if you need to. If you're looking for a different question from this paper or a different paper entirely, you should be able to find a playlist in the description below or have a look around on my channel. Okay, let's get into the maths. In question 1, they give us a drawing of two functions, fx and gx, which I've put here and here. I've added a little extra space up here because I want to explain something later on. They want us to describe fully a sequence of transformations and translations that moves this function to here. This is the sort of question that you can write the answer in maybe 10 seconds, you'll get full marks. But I'm going to take a little more time to try and explain it. Okay, the main transformations that you tend to use is translation. That's just moving it left, moving it right, moving it up, moving it down, and stretching, pulling it in this direction or this direction here. And that's what we're going to use in this case. Hopefully it's quite clear that we're going to want to move this down. Starts up here, it goes down here at some stage. And we're not going to want to move it left or right. It doesn't seem to change in the left direction. This, the starting point's above it, the middle bit here, the other middle bit, the end bit, it's all above it. The next thing that hopefully jumps out is that it's stretched. It's stretched in the y direction. This goes up 1, down 3. This goes up 2, down 6. It actually doubles. It stretches by 2 in the y direction. So a spoiler, what the answer is going to be is we're going to move it and we're going to stretch it. Or maybe we're going to stretch it and move it. Because it is actually important in which order we do it. We have to be very careful when we're stretching. Stretching can change a lot. How stretching works, it starts at the center point. So it seems clear we're going to stretch this by 2. Let me go ahead and stretch this one by 2. What that means is this is 5 above. This is at the 5 point. If I stretch that by 2, it actually reappears up here. If I stretch this one to 6, it reappears up here. This is at 3, it reappears at this point, and this is also at this point. We get this shape here, which is good because it actually looks identical to this one. But be careful, when you stretch it, you actually already move it up the axis. So the transformations I do stretch times 2 in the y direction, I tend to write, or you could say parallel to the y axis. Next, now that we're up here, it's actually quite simple to get down to this point. We start at the 10, we want to get down to the 14, 12 down to the 10 down to minus 4, I should say. 12 down to minus 2. What's this? 6 down to minus 8. They're all moving down. They're all moving down by 14. So they're translating. Let's write translation. Translation. There's a few ways to write this. You could write down 14, or the more common way to write it would be 0 minus 14. This means we're not moving left or right. We're moving, minus means down, and 14. This would be full marks. This is the answer to the question. There is other possibilities though. Let me do one that's will work, but it'll be probably a bad way to go about it, and then I'll give another option that would work fine. So you're starting here. You might have thought, this is at 5, you might have thought to move this down 9. So your point is right down to this point. So let's try that. Minus 9. So you could move it down here. I won't bother, well, I'll draw it in. Yeah, I don't mind ruining my drawing. This would go to here. This would be, I think, down to here, and something like that you'd get. Sorry, that should be somewhere like that, and you'd get that. Then you think to yourself, well, I still need to stretch it, so I'll still do the stretch times 2. The problem is this will get stretched down to that minus 8. Am I in the right spot here? This would be at minus 3. Minus 3 would go to minus 6. where did we move him? That was 3 all the way down to -6. Yes, so that would go down to -12, and we'd get something like that. It's in the wrong place. We'd have to adjust this guy back up 4. So tran 04 we'd end up doing here. This is technically correct. It's a bit of a weird way of doing it though. And it's this stretching, it's affecting thing. What you're actually doing here when you're moving -9, then multiplying by 2, we're actually going down -18. -18 then plus 4 gets us to -14. We're doing the same thing, just in a different order. And with that in mind, if you did want to move it first, you would have to anticipate the stretch. You'd want to move this down, not to the -4 point, to the -2 point, because then we'd stretch it into this one. So if you actually want to do it in 2 goes with the translation first, you'd go down, to get to -2, we'd have to go down 7, 0 -7, and then we could stretch it times 2. This would get the same answer as this, and the same answer as this one here. It'd be a weird one. This, you can probably see it a lot clearer. Times 2 after the -7 is the same as -14. Anyway. Okay, that's a couple of ways to think about that. Hopefully that helped you in some ways. Remember, if we're stretching the X direction, it gets a good bit different. If you are finding my videos useful and would like to help the channel out, on top of liking and subscribing, probably the best thing you could do is to tell other people doing the exam about my channel. Maybe you could share this video in a class WhatsApp group. Then if you feel I've really deserved it and you would like to buy me a coffee, you could become a member on YouTube or on Patreon. You should find links to that in the description below. Yeah, that's it for question 1. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next time.